Hello and welcome back to my Magic Realm Amazon through Woodscroll series. Apologize, it's been about a year since I've last uploaded, but I've gotten out of the habit of doing any kind of content creation and hoping to get this series finished. Before we move on to the next character, I just wanted to go over the rules we're using for Realm Speak here. I think I have done this before, but it's been a while, and they might have changed since the last time I played. So we're not doing any optional weather. We're doing 1 month timed. No optional game systems. We're doing all the basic 3rd edition rules, including watchful natives, added extended treachery. So ordering a hired native to attack another member of their group counts as treachery. Added grudges and gratitude. So selling items to groups may change their friendliness towards you. And also extended grudges. So killing an unhired enemy native will reduce their friendliness towards you. Benevolent spells is on if that ever comes up. And I did put on enhanced artifacts and spellbooks. I'm not sure how this plays out exactly, but allowing characters to use artifacts and spellbooks as extra magic chits. No extra combat rules here. Nothing in Expanded Realm or quests. We do have a Knight's Adjustment on. Won't affect this game, but does limit the power of the knights. No revised rules, no 1st edition. I do have the house rule of decline opportunity on. I do prefer this. So if you do get opportunity on a meeting table, you can just take the next result down on the table instead of re-rolling on the next friendlier table. And then just for convenience sake, I have persistent chits and birdsong rearrangement on. So if I forget to rearrange items before when I'm not allowed to, I allow myself to change equipment. And then we're using this particular random number generator, and that's it. Let's go ahead and start it. And the character that we're up to here is the Witch. The Witch, I think, is one of the more powerful characters with the ability to cast Absorb Essence and also Broomstick, being able to get around the map quickly and having a familiar to help out, scout out locations ahead of the Witch. We have 2 special advantages: Knowledge, subtract 1 from all reading runes die rolls, which would be useful if we were trying to learn spells. Probably will not take any spell requirements. And then the familiar, who I mentioned before, is an additional chit who can move around and peer and try and look at upside down chits for us and find good treasure locations for us to move to. Our chits are okay. We have a move L3, which can get us out of trouble if we don't have a broomstick ready. We do have a fight L3. Potentially you could use that with your poison spell if you chose that. But we'll probably be going a different direction. And we cast type 2, type 5, and type 8 spells. And I will go over that when we do spell selection. We're allied with the company, friendly with the Bashkars, both of which do not start on the board. So we're going to have to find them either at the inn or one of the campfires. We're unfriendly with the Order, Lancers, Soldiers, and Shaman. Alright, so for spells, the important ones are Absorb Essence and Broomstick. So Absorb Essence will be our primary win condition here, and Broomstick is going to be helpful for 2 reasons. It's going to be a way to escape early on before we find something that we are ready to absorb, and also if we need to travel across the board. So if the familiar finds something interesting that's all the way across the map, you can use Broomstick to get there. quickly. The third spell, I think there's probably multiple options for the third spell. I think you want to look at things which take gray magic, because that's the other type of magic that you have. Blend into background is not super useful. Fog is only really good in multiplayer games. Witch's Brew possibly has some interesting uses, but we're not going to play around with that this game. And then there's Curse, again, not useful in a single player game. And then look at the type 8 spells here. There are a couple of good options. So I would say Deal with the Goblins is good, but it takes black magic, which we're going to be spending on more powerful spells. Bad Luck, again, is only good in multiplayer games. Guide Spider Octopus is a solid choice. I would definitely take that. Having a spider or octopus who can help you loot, you can get the octopus to loot its own pool treasure location, for instance, or just send it off the tile so you don't have to deal with it anymore. Poison is also interesting if you have hirelings. You can cast it on your own knife, I believe, and which could be potentially useful. Or if you get a hireling, you can turn a medium star into a heavy star fight, which could be useful. The spell I'm going to go with, though, is Remedy. And the reason for that is just if we absorb something early on and we find something better, then we want the ability to be able to cast Remedy to remove that absorb essence, and then we can reuse that spell. You can also use it to cancel curses, which could potentially come in handy if we try and read spells off of spellbooks or treasure locations. So given that, I think we're going to go ahead and enchant up our magic here. I may actually leave one undone just in case we need to have the ability to quickly enchant a tile to move across the map. Then we'll have a type 2 chit and the corresponding gray magic to flip a tile. And then for black chits, so we'll be casting Broomstick early on. So I'm thinking about actually making my slow type 6 chit a Broomstick, and then leaving my type 4 for Absorb Essence. So in that case, I'm actually thinking we want to make our type 5 speed 5 chip black for casting Broomstick, and after that we'll turn this this type 5 speed 6 into black magic after we use it, and that way we'll have this faster type 5/4 free for Absorb Essence if we're trying to undercut something or cast it when there's something on our sheet which is slower, like a Tremendous Dragon or a Giant or something. So that should do it. We'll stick with that. We will, let me just move these over here a little bit. We need to set up our VP, so let's do that first. So we need some gold, we need some notoriety, and we need some fame. I think those are going to be the primary things we're going for. You could go for usable spells, particularly with the Witch's Reading Runes ability, but it's very difficult to meet the usable spells goal, and even more difficult to get any kind of multiplier on it. Great treasures are the same. You might find one or you might not, and it's difficult to find lots of great treasures. So 221 is sort of a good basic starting. You might consider going 2 gold instead of 2 fame, depending on if you're going heavily into killing native groups. It's kind of hard to say without seeing the map. So we're going to go 221, and we can look at this at the end of the game and see if we made the right choice there. Let me just expand this out to make the map a little bigger. We'll get started. Click go. I'll let the game place visitor mission chits. More unlikely to use them. Let's take a look at the map and see where we started here. All right, so we're over in Bad Valley. This looks like a pretty good starting location, actually. So Ledges is not terrible. It's got the 2 mountain clearings, but then we can get below them pretty easily through Nutwoods as well, and we can reach Borderlands as well over here. The other direction looks a little bit more interesting to start, though, because we have Ruins and Deep Woods both right next to each other, and those are both potential treasure locations, which are mostly free of any kind of difficult terrain. So get the one cave clearing in Ruins, but other than that, everything is above ground, and there's no mountains to have to run through. Crag is here if you want to check it out. We can get over here to High Pass, Borderlands. So we have to cross through some caves to get out of Borderlands in most directions here, and there's not a whole lot on the other side. We got mountains here and some caves, and Cliff is going to be almost impossible to get to unless we potentially just flip the Nutwoods tile here. Yeah, we could get to 4 and then flip it and then get into Cliff if necessary. So the first thing to do is to cast Broomstick. I think we could hang out the inn and wait for the company to arrive, but without finding a treasure location or having any gold, we're not going to be able to hire them. So I think the first thing to do is just to move into Ruins here. And day 1, I'm going to write a move into Ruins and then a couple hides. Sorry, this is the familiar. So let's move the familiar actually in the opposite direction. We'll move them into Ledges and have them record a couple piers and see if they can see what these chits are. And the witch will go in this direction into Ruins, and we'll record 2 hides and see what we find. Send that. So the witch's familiar always goes right before the witch. So moving into Ledges and peering, we can get choice. So in this case, we're going to discover chits. And, oh, interesting. Okay, the Horde is here. So that's a very good location. There's also Ruins M, which would be, I believe, bats, which is not great. But if we can get over to 6, and we can, going this way, then I think Horde would be a great place to go, both for the treasures and also because there's a dragon there we can transform into, absorb. Moving on to the witch, we move into Ruins, and we successfully hide. Nothing appears, and it looks like Roar, Stink Sea. If you hang out there long enough, you probably would get a troll that you could absorb, but for now, nothing of interest. We're going to go ahead and cast a spell, and we'll cast Broomstick. We're going to use that slow type 5 speed 6 chit, turn that into the Broomstick chit, and we're going to target ourselves. And we can go ahead and end combat. So the result of that is we've turned that slow type 5 magic speed 6 chit into a fly L1, which we can use to either move across the board quickly or just to get away from danger. Bats and things like that. We're more likely to do that. We're going to want to rest and turn this type 5 speed 5 chit into black magic so we can cast Absorb Essence. So given that, I want to move out of there. I do need to rest spell in addition. So if we're going to go this way to ledges, this is a safe spot right here. I'm sort of curious what's in deep woods as well. So maybe we move here. And hide a couple times. Maybe even rest once. Move, spell, next turn, and then we go into ledges. I think that works. So we'll send that. And the familiar. Let's push on through with the familiar. Familiar's done his job, found a good treasure location already. Well, let's move through here and we'll check out some of these other tiles which we're less likely to go to. So move, and then up here. Let's check out what this chit is in Oakwood, see if it's a campfire. Okay, so moving out of ledges into Oak Woods. The cat doesn't find anything this turn. And the witch moves out of ruins into deep woods, succeeds at hiding, and rests up there. Type 5 chip. And we get a spider. So a bunch of spiders in this particular in deep woods. We've actually found the lost castle. We'll take a look at that in a second. We're not going to absorb the essence of this spider or waste our broomstick here. So we'll just let combat end from hiding here. And we'll take a look at what we have. So we have Patter, we have Dankum, and we have Karens, all of which drew spiders. So there's a tremendous spider over here, which is interesting. Let me just look at the clearing here. And the H spider. Yeah. The T spider is tremendous but unarmored. It's not the best creature to absorb. It only attacks in one direction, as opposed to things like giants or dragons, which have a head or a club. So I think we're going to ignore this for now. We may come back here though, and use this to get some fame. Although the spiders are not non-trivial, they do tremendous damage, so you have to be careful about that. So we'll move out, just like we were planning on doing. We'll move through Bad Valley to Dark Valley, and we're going to spell to make some black magic. And the witch is familiar. I still want to see what... I'll just do some peers here. We'll see if we can find out what this chit is in Oakwoods. We did. So Bones W. So we have wolves here. Probably not that useful. And the witch moves out away from that spider and prepares to do some spell casting here, and is going to turn the slower type 5 chit into black magic. And nothing comes. All right, so we know the horde is here, and then so I think it was Ruins M. So I think on a 6 we'll get a bat. We want to move towards 6 so we can start to search that location. I think having 2 hides would probably be reasonable to do, though. If we get a bat, we'd rather be hidden so that we can leave the bat here until we can find the dragon. And then we'll be moving in here and searching. This might be a little bit conservative to do 2 hides because we have multiple ways to deal with things if we're on hidden, but I think we'll do move, hide. instead of moving into the horde this turn. So the familiar's found. Wolves here. Let's move into Nutwoods here. Let's actually move over to Clearing Forest so we can peek into caverns as well and do a couple piers. So here we go, day 4. Stink W. So that is, I believe, the large campfire, but let's take a look. If I look here, we'll search for... here it is. Stink W is the large campfire. Okay, so that's good to know. Because the large campfire is a place where both the company and the Bashkars do come to. So it's going to be over here, though, on the other side of... really hard to get to, unless we go here and enchant Nutwoods. Then we can go over and sit on Clearing 5 until the company of the Bashkars show up. So that's something we can consider. Certainly having some hirelings could make things like fighting the rogues or the soldiers just safer and easier. Done. All right, the witch is moving into an monster die roll 1. Interesting. So we are going to get a dragon here. It's not going to come to us, but it will be. It should be right here. Yep, and we have the horde, and we have a tremendous flying dragon right next to us, which this is actually a really good thing. So we want to move in here. We may want to, so we could alert our type 5 because we know we want to become a dragon. And that will make it fast enough that we can cast it even if this dragon's on our sheet and we're on hidden. For absolute safety, I think we alert, we hide, we move, and then we record a search. So if we do hide successfully, then we will be able to get one search for the horde here under the dragon's nose. But in any case, even if we fail to hide, we're still fine because we'll have an alerted magic chit. We'll send that, which is familiar. So we know it's here already. So let's move into the caverns here, and we'll do a pier. Okay, so day 5, moving into the caverns, and don't find anything yet. We'll do another day of searching there. With the witch, we're going to go ahead and alert our type 5 speed 4 chit to make it a speed of 0. We try and hide, we do. Move in underneath the dragon, and we'll try and find that treasure location. Don't find it today. Double 6s. Alright, we don't have to lure here. What we will do is cast a spell. Absorb Essence. We'll cast that with our alerted chit and the black magic, targeting the tremendous flying dragon. And we are a dragon. So we can end combat. One thing that will happen is next day, tomorrow, day 7, there will be white and black magic all over the board. So we will spend that day as a dragon, which will limit our options and our actions. It could be fun if we want to fly around somewhere, but we're going to want to stay on the horde for a bit to pick up some treasure. So I think we're just going... Well, we need to make some black magic. We need to turn this into black magic. So rest, spell, and then we can do a search. We don't have to worry about anything coming. On a 6, we'll get a bat, and we can turn into the dragon and dispatch it without too much trouble. The familiar, let's do another day of just peering in here. We'll see what these chits are. And nothing. Monster die roll of 5, so nothing should show up. We'll rest and turn that shit back into black magic. And we'll search for the treasure location again. Still no luck. Alright, so day 7, we're a dragon. Interestingly enough, we still can search. That's good. So it just removes some of these options. Instead of moving normally, we fly. So like we could just fly 4 times if you wanted to get across the board. And you know, that'd be fun, but I don't know what's over here, so I think we want to stay where we are. We'll go ahead and just do 4 searches. That should do it for the witch. And then day 7 for the cat is going to be pure. Finally found it, and it is the Lost City, so that was worthwhile hanging out for. So we have goblins on this space, which is not super easy to get to. Smoke Sea would be dragons, so we would get a heavy dragon followed by a tremendous dragon, wherever we happen to be. Lair on 3, so that is another dragon. That is the non-flying dragon. It actually has a longer attack on its head. So there is some danger there, but if we attack from hiding, we should be able to take it out without too much trouble. And that's another very nice treasure location, unfortunately, in a cave clearing. Statue 2 that's where the cat is. Not a great treasure location. And then Slither 3, I think, is also dragons. So potentially you get a bunch of dragons and snakes too. And then also in 3 is the Vault, which is a very nice treasure location, but guarded by a tremendous troll, who we can kill from hiding, but outside of hiding is extremely dangerous. Definitely worth checking out, probably. I really hate going to caves, though, because you basically cut your days in half. But that is good to know. So done there. Monster roll of 4 is nothing. Let's see if we can't find the horde here. No, we need a 4. No, 5, 3, 5, 5 doesn't do it. And we can go into end combat here as a dragon. And now we're a witch again. So I think we just continue searching. And so the cat does have some chance. I think it's might be double ones of finding treasure locations. Let's look at the search table. So pure. I think it's double ones, so it's really not much of a choice, not much of a chance. But we could have the cat go to. Now I can't remember which one it was. 5 was 1. I think the statue is right where the cat is right now. The vault, I think, is on 3. And then maybe 6 is the horde, or the lair rather. So could have the cat go in here and just like sit there and just try and find these treasure locations, try and save me some time later. Just because we found the lost castle already. We found pretty much all of the good treasure locations. There's cairns here. This might be the place to go. I mean, spiders are a little bit tricky with their tremendous side. We do have a T3 attack, which I think is good. Just take a look at this. Yeah, they're only speed 4, and they don't have any range, so I think we're perfectly safe fighting these H spiders. And then the T spider is in a similar way. When it flips, it is slow, and we can undercut it. So I think we're pretty safe in there. And there's dragons, and Cairns is a little bit unfortunate in that you'll be fatiguing a lot when you're drawing treasures, but I think after we finish Horde for Fame, I think we go there. And as far as killing things, I think the soldiers are a good bet for taking them out. You take some risk with the crossbowmen there. And in fact, I think the length of the SHQ matches us, but I think we beat him on speed, so I think we're still good. Yes, I think we get a bunch of stuff from the Horde, we go to the soldiers and sell it to them, kill them off, and then go into the deep woods and see if we can't get some fame and some more treasures there. All right, big picture plan, I think that will do it. So we're just going to sit here and search. We're not going to bother hiding. And the familiar, so again, I did say that potentially we wanted to go in here and just like try and get really lucky and find a treasure location, but it's probably more useful would be for the familiar to come back here and find these paths in deep woods, and then maybe also try and find treasure locations. So let's send the cat back. We'll move back out here. We got to go back through ledges, I think, to get there. All right, so moving the cat back out into Nut Woods, and then the witch is going to try and find this treasure location. Found the Horde. All right, nice. So looking at the Horde, there are 9 treasures. Five of them are large and 4 of them are small, so some really good stuff there. So we'll dip into the Horde for the first time here, and we find the Enchanted Meadow. All right, well, that's interesting. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at that chart. Let's see, tables. It's right here, Enchanted Meadow. So again, we're rolling 2 dice, and we take the higher one. Rolling for a curse, although it's not quite as bad because we do have remedy. Rolling for curse is not great. And on a 6, you get nothing. And those are more likely because you're taking the higher of 2 dice. All fatigued and wounded action shits instantly return to play. Rested is neither here nor there. Wish, it's not great. And on a 1 or a 2, you get True Steel Sword or Pony, which would be nice. But I think we're going to ignore this unless we get something like a lucky die. The lucky die, if we can roll 1 die, then we could do that. And we will end there. We're writing for day 9 already. All right, so there's still 8 more treasures in there. So we'll go ahead and search 4 times. And the familiar is coming back. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we'll go this way so we don't have to go through the mountains. I could also try and find these paths for the witch here. Again, that search table here. Paths is 2 with 1, 2, or 3. So not a terrible chance. This path would save me in one phase. These ones might be more useful. So let's go straight through. We'll go to ledges 1 and then to 4. So if we did that right, we should be able to move that way. And the witch will continue looting the horde. All right, Sacred Grail. Really good. Obviously, we take it. And now we think about getting over to the Order for the 50 fame. White magic everywhere. Doesn't do anything as of now. Next. Oh, okay. This is a curse, I believe. Because we find the remains of the thief, we get the living sword, which is kind of interesting. We can actually wield it. We can wield it. And the Enchanter's Skull. That's worth 17 gold, if nothing else, and it's a great treasure. And we're cursed with ashes, making gold worthless. Not terrible. We can just cast Remedy to get rid of that. 6 left, so we find gripping dust. That's not super interesting. And a 5 or less. We find the enchantment meadow again. Not helpful. Yeah, so that is interesting. Because 50 fame is not anything to scoff at. So how do you get to the chapel? We probably fly there. I think you fly to, well, we're not super far from Borderlands, right? You just have to go through the caves. We have to go through these caves. I think you have to go through two caves separately. It's always tricky to fly into a valley because it's a 50-50 chance that you get on the right path here. You might want to fly to, for instance, Linden Woods, because that gives you a 2 out of 3 chance to get near the chapel. And if you miss, you can always just enchant this and get yourself over there. I think you fly to Linden Woods, but let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. You could do that in a turn with a broomstick, or by turning yourself into the dragon. Also, we could just spend a night at the chapel and get rid of that curse too, and that would save us from having to cast Remedy at all. All right. Well, one thing I don't like is selling everything to the Order. I definitely like bringing the Grail to the Order for the fame, but I'd rather sell everything else to like the soldiers or something, because we can then kill it and get it back. Kill them and get it back. The question is, what order would we do that in? Let's spend another day. There's 5 treasures left here, I believe. So spend another day just searching here. And we are unable to move quickly. I think we don't cast Remedy. I mean, all it would take would be, it would exhaust some chits here, which we don't really need. I think we don't cast Remedy because we'll be at the chapel eventually. Although we might need that gold to hire at some point. I'm just going to cast it. We have it. We'll use our slower chit here. Target ourselves. Target ashes. And end. Okay. Running for day 10. 4 searches. Send that. And the familiar is going to go over here and start searching this area for paths and treasure locations. As the witch sneaks through dark and awful valley and into deep woods. And then the witch is going to loot. So you need 5s or lesses. Enchanted Meadow won't do it. No. So found Shoes of Stealth. We'll take a look at that in a second. And nothing else. We can't wear the Shoes of Stealth right now, not carrying the Sacred Grail. But it is pretty nice. It's a move L3, and it lets you hide with only 1 die. It's probably just 7 gold at the end of the day, but it is a decent item for the witch who is light vulnerability. I did want to look at we can end combat here. I did want to look at our chits, because we do have we have a move M4. So we are able to move around with this Sacred Grail in our possession. We just can't move quite as quickly because we can't use our move L3. Let's look at this here. So we still have 4 treasures left. We should be able to get 1 or 2 more. Days are wasting, though. We're already at day 11. All right, so if we get these treasures and we go around here, we sell everything except for the Sacred Grail. We kill the soldiers and we grab all their stuff. I mean, we could just end at the chapel, maybe. Although I want to get over here. That 50 fame will help us. Maybe we don't have to go here. I guess if we go through here anyway, maybe we spend a day or 2 here and see if we can mop up some of these spiders. And then we get the soldiers, and then we end. We fly to here, and then we go to the chapel to end the game. I think that might be the play. So, given that, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 2 days, 3 days, 4 or 5 days there. So let's say we're about, I don't know, day 16. Yeah, we actually have plenty of time. So I think we're going to spend another day searching here. I think we're not too short of time. Familiar, I think optimal place to go and search is to be on the shrine, because you have this path you can find, and also you might get really lucky and get the shrine. A couple of piers there. Nothing. And Monster Die Roll 5 isn't anything. Still leading the horde. So we did find beast pipes. Nice. We'll take a look at all these at the end here. Now we need a 3 or less, though. Oh, we found the Toadstool Circle. Huh. So there's 2 treasure locations here. We have an extra spell phase while we're here, and there's black magic. So that sort of changes stuff. In fact, it makes the extra spell phase not useful, because as a dragon, we're not able to utilize that. But we will be a dragon, and that does make things like flying out of here possible. We can take this last search, though. Let's take a look at the Toadstool Circle table. I think we're unlikely to want to roll on it, but let's just take a look. All right, 6 is a curse. Again, that is something we could deal with. Power of the Pit could be really bad. There is, I think, at least 1 result of that, which will kill us instantly. For the rest of the day, each time you use Pure Table, you can search any clearing, including caves. That's really interesting, but very niche. Instantly teleport to a cave that they choose. That's also bad. We don't want to go to a cave. And then a 1 or a 2 would be the Devil's Sword or the treasure card. Yeah, no, this is not great. I think we're going to ignore that. And the last search, we'll see if we can grab one of the last couple treasures here. It's very unlikely, but see if we can grab one of these last treasures. Nope. So again, let's see here. We found Beast Pipes, another 8 gold. It is a type 8 spell, which we could potentially learn, but we're not going to try. And we'll say done. And we are a dragon. I believe if we start tomorrow off in this space, we're going to be a dragon for the day. And we can fly. Is that helpful? Well, yeah, we can fly to deep woods, for instance, and wherever we land, it should be okay. We can hide a couple of times and then fly to deep woods, for instance. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm not going to run away. That was the other thing I was considering, is like you could fly away, and then you'll start as a witch, but you'll be in a different tile. But we're gonna end here, and for day 12, we're gonna write some flies here. I think I decided I want to go here. The other reason to go here is that no matter where you end up, you have a path to the soldiers. So hide, fly. We'll fly here. And then we'll fly again to deep woods. 2 hides, 2 flies as a dragon. That should be good. We do have a black magic chit if we need it. All right. So we will send that. And the familiar is here. We'll just do 4 peers. We'll see if we find anything. Enemies, nope. Did find the path, so that's good. And nothing else. But can pass this path on to the witch. All right, here we go. Flying. First we hide. We do succeed. Flying. And flying. And done. We'll see where we land. We land with all these spiders, and we're unhidden for some reason. I'm not sure that's correct. Unless it's just a graphical thing. It looks like we're unhidden, but maybe that's just a bug. Or maybe there's something about flying and being hidden. I'm not sure. We'll see if they get assigned to us. We could still win this, but it's going to be more challenging for sure. All right, assign a target. We'll attack the T-Spider. Yeah, it looks like they are on our sheet, which is not ideal. If they flip and line up, then that's the end of us. So we'll see. This is going to be tricky. It's going to depend a lot on these spiders and whether they change tactics. We are still alive. We lined up with and killed the tremendous spider, so that is really good. One of them did change tactics, but we can target that one. things are looking better after that first round. So we'll target the one who has flipped because they're slower, auto position them, and we will do this. Do we want to cover ourselves? I don't know that it matters. I think we just maneuver wherever and hope that it goes our way here. And we'll see if we get lucky, and we do. So they do reposition, but they don't change tactics. We kill the one, undercut and kill the one who had changed tactics and was a danger to us. All right, still in danger here, but we are getting to a point where things are looking safer. With 2 more heavy spiders. All right, nothing happens this turn. We miss and they miss. They don't change tactics. 1 more turn of nothing happening, and combat will end. Oh, wait, we hit with our body. So combat will not end. Because we've picked up this spider. So yeah, that prevents us from ending combat. So that is good, I guess, as long as we don't get killed by the other spider. Nothing. We should still be in combat here. We are. Because we're still carrying this spider around. It's wiggling around in our grasp, though. We're not able to actually deliver the killing blow. All right, finally get it. That leaves 1 more, so I think we're safe now. This was definitely a much more dangerous battle than I was expecting, particularly because we did not start in hiding like I was expecting. So we should be perfectly safe here. If it flips, we undercut it. And if it doesn't, it can't hurt us. So we just need to make sure we actually get it this turn, or else combat will end. And we do. We get it just because it flips, and the head undercuts it, and we kill it. So, good combat for us. We can just go ahead and end combat here. And we're up to 33 fame and 33 notoriety, all from killing that stack of spiders. So that is very nice. And it's only day 13. So the question is, do we want to go to Karen's and try and find Karen's? Dank M is probably just spiders, right? They're all gone. What else is here? We've got snakes. Until day 14, we're pretty much safe. Roar would be potentially dragons, which would be okay. The shrine is on a 2. We didn't have to use our black magic because we used the magic from the Toadstool Circle. So day 13, let's move here and try and find the Karens. If we find it, we can always turn ourselves into a dragon and get 4 free searches without having to fatigue anything. We do fatigue the black magic, which would require 3 turns to get back, but probably still worth it. Let's move and do 3 searches. I'm not going to hide here. And the cat has already found this path, so maybe we move the... Is it useful to find this path now? Not really. What can the cat do? We know we're going to go to the soldiers. We know we're going to go to the chapel. Let's go check out maybe Pinewoods. Go through that path we found, and we'll move over here to Pinewoods. Just see what's there. And the witch, monster die roll of 6 would be bats. I don't think there's any bats here. We'll see. Try and find the cairns. Nothing. Passages. Found the cairns on the last search. So we can do the thing I was talking about. Turn into a dragon and search next turn if that's what we want to do. Nothing shows up. And gray magic all over the board. Is that helpful? Not particularly. We already got rid of our curse. So I think what we'll do is we'll turn into the dragon, we'll search 4 times, and then maybe even fly to Dark Valley. Run during combat, fly to Dark Valley. Does that make sense? I'm just looking here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 away right now. If we get lucky, we're like 1 away, or we land in the house. If we get unlucky, we could be as far as 5 away, which is the same. So, yeah, and then it lets us be in a safe space potentially to rest up. So I think that's what we do. We're going to record 4 searches, but end as plan on turning into a dragon before we take our first search. So we're not fatiguing things as we're drawing treasures out of the cairns. And the familiar is checking out Pine Woods currently. We do 4 piers. Oh, interesting. All right, we got double 1s. So we can discover chits. There's not going to be any chits here, but we do see smoke W. So this is a small campfire. Bashkars would appear here, potentially. And just find that again. All right, the witch. All right, before I forget, we want to, let's see, there's where in the UI is this? I forget. I'm sure if you know, you're yelling at your screen right now. But there is a place where you can. It's probably just scrolled off the edge here. Let me take a look. No. There it is. You select it here. Play color chip. All right, we'll become a dragon today. So it locks away all of other chits. It'll be interesting to see if it makes us fatigue any of this stuff. It shouldn't. Now that we're a dragon, we can search and loot. Found the ancient telescope. Power and gauntlets. Nothing. An alchemist mixture. So what is all that? That is Fiery Blast in a potion form. Power and Gauntlets is interesting, and Ancient Telescope is extra pure in the mountains only. So it is only day 14. The question is, do we want to stay and repeat that? Monster die roll 1, so we're going to get some dragons here. Probably not on top of me, but next to me. How many treasures are left? 4 treasures. We could probably get one more. If we're lucky, maybe a couple more. Is it worth a day? Possibly. I do have to decide now, because if not, I'm going to fly to Dark Valley. If I want to do the same thing tomorrow, the problem is it would really be 2 days, because it's going to be resting and re-enchanting stuff, and then doing another day of searching. So I think we just don't do that. Don't get greedy. We're probably gonna have extra days. I mean, we'll have to loot stuff off the soldiers, and they have a lot of stuff. So I think this will work out okay. I'm gonna say done. Nothing appears. We get there is a heavy dragon over here. I think we're going to not worry about that. I think we're gonna run away, and we're gonna fly towards the soldiers. So that puts us in the air over Dark Valley as a witch. I guess we just falling towards the earth as the witch here. We have to fly here, and then we can do some resting. Rest spell would be the most prudent thing to do here. Rest spell. Get that black magic back. Which is familiar. We found this small campfire here. I don't know. Let's look in High Pass and see what's there. The altar. Altar's here. And Ruin Sea. It's actually goblins in High Pass. Goblins are interesting, actually. You could potentially go to the altar and try and get some treasures, and also wait for goblins to show up. It would not be a horrible play. All right, so let's see. We fly in here. We land 4 away from the soldiers. Not the best, but it is what it is. We rest up our type 5 magic, and we turn that magic back into black magic. So the fly didn't work out perfectly. We are too far from the soldiers to move there and trade this turn. So instead, I think we can, well, do we want to maybe hang out in deep woods and just see if maybe we get the dragon to come over? Or I think that's the only thing that would come to us, would be this dragon. It's only 5 fame, 5 notoriety, and it uses some resources because we'd have to burn our magic. Don't really want to fight these ghosts either, so maybe we just move here and we'll rest. Next day we can rest up our other shit here before moving in and trading with the soldiers. I think that's good. And the familiar has found the altar here, and let's move back out. And where are you going? You send the cat back to the inn just to rest and relax, maybe. Go back through here. And the witch is moving closer to the soldiers, and we'll rest up. It doesn't really matter. I guess we'll get the type 2 back. And end that combat there. So we need to move once. We need to trade once. We can rest once. Rest. I guess, move, trade, hide. Doesn't really matter. I think that will be fine. And the familiar, let's move through this path we know, and we'll head this way back towards the inn. Witch, rest up the last fatigue chit here. Move into the house with the soldiers. Trade. We're going to sell to the SHQ. We're going to sell everything but the Holy Grail. Sacred Grail, we do not want to do that. But we'll sell the Living Sword. That is also 25 gold. It's worth 9 notoriety. But 25 gold I think is better. Look at the rest of these things. Is 3 fame and 4 notoriety better than 7 gold? Possibly. It's kind of hard to say. But we can potentially loot this stuff all back anyway. So we're going to sell all of it, except for the Sacred Grail. We're going to hang on to that because we do not want to lose it in the pile. 106 gold. And then just to hide. No problem. We're not going to buy drinks for these soldiers. So we're going to fight them. We're not going to lose fame. So they battle us. That's fine. We were going to do that anyway. We are hidden. We will play a color chit. We're going to turn into a dragon here. And we're going to have some danger here because the crossbowman is going to get a shot against us here. Okay, so round 2. Let's lure the SHQ. They're all going to come on our sheet here. We will target SHQ, who's the most dangerous of them. Auto position's fine. And we will target SHQ with T3. And I guess we'll just move over here. And we'll see how this goes. See if Crosswoman gets a lucky shot against us or not. Next. And we're alive. So the Crosswoman did hit us, but rolling 2 dice decreased by 2 levels. So doing light damage doesn't hurt us. We lined up with and killed the SHQ. So we're down to the Crosswoman as far as dangers here. So we will target the Crosswoman. Auto position them, and we will line up like this is fine. And we just have to worry about the Crosswoman flipping and getting an arrow off and rolling well. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But it doesn't. So it doesn't move. So we hit the Crosswoman first. We're faster. And we kill it. So now it's just the 2 pikemen left. And we have to hope that we can... this should be easy. We have a M3 and a T3 fight, so we shouldn't have any problem taking care of them because they're not fast enough to dodge us. So finish eating all these soldiers. And that will do it. So I leave a gigantic pile of loot here, and we're up to 68 notoriety and 116 gold from that. So we should have plenty of time here to loot a bunch of stuff, and then we will be flying over here to Linden Woods, hopefully by day 26, and then going to the order to sell everything. And that should do it. A successful game so far. So we'll say, we do want to get some black magic back, so let's do that. Just in case. Patrol could come. Patrol will be something who we could potentially feast upon. So we'll rest, spell, search. And the familiar is just going to move back to the inn and hang out by the campfire for the rest of the game. Curl up on the hearth. Done a good job, actually. Has really been helpful. Rest up our magic and create some black magic. And we will start looting this clearing. 22 items. Found those shoes of stealth. Oh, okay, so the woods folk show up, and this is interesting because they are dangerous. If they flip, the W1 and W2 have a 1 in 6 chance of hitting us with an arrow and killing us, and WHQ has a 1 in 3 chance. Which is not great. Do we buy drinks for them? I do want to sit here and potentially loot stuff for a while. We could sell stuff to them and then try and kill them, but it would be a risk because they would definitely get some shots off on us. No, I'm not going to buy them drinks though. We're a dragon, right? We're not going to attack them either. We're just going to hang out, let them hang out here for a bit. If they do challenge us or something, then I'll be tempted to fight them. We will do 4 searches. At some point here, if we get enough stuff, we could consider selling to them and then killing them. We should have enough time to fly over here and get back to the order. But again, that's kind of a sketchy battle. We have a decent chance of just getting hit by a lucky arrow. Now, if we picked up that fiery blast in a bottle, now that might change things. Which is familiar, just gonna hang out. Job well done. Power gauntlets. Telescope. We did get the alchemist mixture. I'll have to look at that because now theoretically, if you alert this, it should be speed 0, right? A missile weapon, length 11. That's probably not as long as the bows, but I'll look. Let's look at the bows. Length 16, length 14. So it's not longer than either of the bows, which is unfortunate. I think it kills unless you roll a 6. So like a decent chance of killing them. I don't know if you can use it while you're a dragon. Because if you could use it while you're a dragon, that would be very interesting. And then I also don't know. It doesn't say here. What the speed is of it. Like, is it speed 0? It doesn't say. I don't think I can find the rule here for it. Well, that's interesting though. Done. Still not buying drinks for these guys. They don't challenge us, so we're okay with them for now. And running for day 20. Still so much stuff here. I think we're going to do more searching. And the familiar. Nothing to do there. Food ale appeared. Bring that to the inn, I guess, but no, don't think so. Beast pipes, more money. Alright, just found some stuff. Alright, they're still not challenging us, so I think an uneasy truce. Purple magic across the entire board. Does that change anything? Not for us, I don't think. The other thing we could do is, if we do get in trouble with them, use our broomstick and just fly away. Yeah. So 21. We still have plenty of time here. It'd be nice if the patrol showed up. They're pretty easy to take out. All right. Some more searches. Bunch of light weapons. All right, so they do challenge us. So here I think we test our luck here. I think we just see what happens. It challenged me, the witch. The problem is you're not challenging the witch. You're challenging a tremendous flying dragon. So what happens here if I activate the alchemist mixture here? Let's see. Can we use that as a dragon? It would make sense. It would be like our dragon's breath, right? Assign targets. Is it just one of them? Well, we want to get WHQ. It's a fight M3. This is not going to be great if that's what it is. I'm not really sure if this is how it's supposed to work or if this is just how it works as Magic Realm, but I don't think maneuver really matters because they undercut us if they flip. But yeah, so we'll see what happens. I would think Alchemist Mixture should target all of them like Fiery Blast, but we'll look at the log and see what happens here. We're not dead. We did kill them, and it did undercut them. Let's look at the details here. So I think it's just, I don't think anything happened with Alchemist Mixture. I think this is all just Dragon's Head. I don't think anything happened with the... fortunately, the HQ rolled a 6, and W2 rolled a 3. So we were hit by 2 arrows, but they bounced off of our armor. And then we undercut and killed the WHQ. So that's good. We got a little bit lucky there. Took 2 arrows and did not die. Alchemist Mixture did nothing. So we'll fight them. It's gonna get another arrow off, but they need. Oh, I'm actually going to target the wrong one. Reset. I'm going to target this one, the one that is firing an arrow at us. That Alchemist Mixture doesn't seem like it's doing anything at all. Alright, we'll see what happens here. Alright, we're not dead. The other one did flip, but they rolled a 3 and a 4. So they need a 1, I believe, to kill us. So we have 1 more. If it doesn't change tactics, we'll take 1 more arrow. And then we should undercut and kill it. So we'll just do this. It's fine. See if he gets lucky. No, it didn't get lucky. So took another arrow off our flank here, bounced off our armor, and we undercut and killed the last of the woods folk. That's what you get for challenging a witch who's absorbed the essence of a tremendous flying dragon. So get some more fame, some more notoriety, rather, some more gold. And we're to day 22. We should get our black magic back. Probably. And start thinking about flying over this direction. Could probably spend another day. There's some more loot here, another couple of treasures and some bows have been added to the mix, so we will rest, spell, and search. Black magic back, and we'll loot this clearing. Found another short sword, and start thinking about how many days we can do this. So on the day that we leave, we fly 1, 2, 3. Let's say we land here. Then that's so 1 day to fly here. Another day to spell, move. So another day to get here. Third day move, trade. So that would be like 28, 27, 26. So on day 26, by day 26, we should be flying out of here. So we have another couple days, 2 or 3 days here. We can loot stuff. Found a bow, draft of speed, another bow, another bow. Nothing shows up. So 1 more day here we can definitely do, and then maybe 1 more after that. Nine items left. Oh, I forgot the living sword back. That's nice. So we're down below 6 things anyway, so it's getting to the point where getting this last 5 things is going to be more difficult. So it might just make sense for us to get out of here anyway. And that way we're not somehow messed up. We don't lose out on selling stuff because we've miscalculated by a day. So we will fly. We don't know where we're going to land. We don't know what's in Lindenwoods. We'll fly with the broomstick, so we'll have the ability to turn into a dragon in case we get ambushed by ogres or snakes or something. So I guess we get 1 search, and then we will fly 3 times. 1, 2, 3. We'll see where we land. One more loot. Nothing. Roll a 6. Using a broomstick. Oh, no. Nope. So yeah, this was my miscalculation. We have to turn into a dragon to fly and carry all this stuff. So that's what we'll do. We're going to energize this, and now we can execute these flies without having to drop anything. Okay, so that will do. And we landed in a good place, so we're actually totally fine here. Ruins W would be wolves if they were active, I believe. Ruins W, I think are wolves. So we actually got here a little bit early. I don't know what else we would do with our extra time. Check out mountains, I guess. So day 26 we could move, trade. Move, I guess. We'll get friendly. We'll become friendly with the order. So we should be fine to stay there, actually. So maybe we actually move, trade, and we'll rest. We'll start to get ourselves back into shape here, and we might get some black magic and end up in Linden Woods or the mountains. Just see if we have another fight in us before the end of the game here. Trading, we're selling to HQ, and I think we're selling absolutely everything here. Is there anything here that could be useful? Any shoes of stealth are nice, but just a nice to have. Sacred Grail is really important to sell. Yeah, all this goes. Sell absolutely everything. And that gets our fame up to 83, 275 gold, a tidy sum. And we will rest up our black magic here. And, oh, they're still neutral with us. Oh, I guess they started off as our enemies. We can always run from them. Now that we've sold everything, we're fleet of foot and all that. So we'll say no. I think we went from unfriendly to neutral. We don't want to fight them. Even as a dragon, we don't want to fight them. But we can end combat here. They did not battle us. So we have day 27 and day 28 to do stuff. We can go ahead and move out here maybe, and we'll spell. If we get some wolves, we could kill them as a dragon. I think wolves are on a 3, so I don't think we're going to get them. We can end that. And then last day, day 28, gold magic all over the board. Let's go to the mountains, and we'll do a few hides here. If we get lucky, maybe something will appear that we'll want to kill. Six could get a bat, maybe. We are hidden, though. And we do get one bat. Kind of anticlimactic, but let's go ahead and take this thing out. end as a dragon. And we'll select unassigned target. Might as well. And we'll go ahead and take a swing at it. And we get it. So we line up with it with our dragon head. That's another, I don't know, 3 fame, 3 notoriety, something. And end combat. And we're done. Might be the biggest score I've gotten so far. That is why the witch is one of the most powerful characters. Just looking at the score breakdown here. We needed 20 fame. We ended up with 86. Mostly because of the Holy Grail. Notoriety, we needed 40. We ended up with 95. And gold, we needed 30. Ended up with 275 just from selling 2 and then killing the soldiers. And then selling back to the order. Yeah, so total of 38 points. Well done, Witch. And I will see you all soon. Hopefully won't have to wait another year for the next video. And we'll move on to the next character. I think we're close to the end here.